Hi guys, welcome to Brick Solutions. Today we're going to be looking at the Spider-Man bridge and how we can put two together. There's a couple of different ways we're going to show you and create the ultimate Spider-Man bridge display. Right, so the basic premise of this brick solution is to take two of the official 76057 Spider-Man bridge sets and put them together. The first way I'm going to show you is the more complex way, where we've built this little collapsed section in the middle here to continue the chaos that's actually within the set. It's got lots of little playable features where things are blowing up and exploding. So we thought by putting a little collapsible point in the middle, it's a bit more of a diorama. Now obviously, you could go the full hog, you could put this on water, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to show you now how we've created this little exploding scene in the middle. It's very, very simple. I've used lots of black plates, some angular, some wings, different sizes to give you that jagged effect. Now we've also got lots of things at angles. The angles give that exploding effect. How have I done this? It's very, very simple. I've used little wing plates to attach on, but essentially what I've done is I've used the ball and socket joints that you can see. These are very common in mixels. You can get them in pick-a-brick walls. They're a very straightforward piece. I've used them in different ways. I'll show you underneath. So I've got a 1x2 going that way, then I've got a 1x2 going that way on it. It all interlocks, but what it enables you is you've got these hinge joints. So using the pin here, the brick that comes out already on the standard bridge, I've just attached a couple of those and then designed my own collapsing section. So we'll keep that off for a second, and then I'm going to take this middle section out here. Let me just move that bridge for a second so you can see it. So essentially what I've done here, again, I've created, using the ball and socket joints, I've created for the angular bridge, bits of the bridge collapsing into the tower. The tower, I've followed the basic format of what we've got in the towers here. So I've used some big panels, I've used some masonry bricks, I've used some snot bricks so I can attach things to the side. I've even attached a few masonry bricks on the side on snot bricks just to give that effect of things falling apart and the chaos. You can go more complex. I'm trying to keep this simple, so it's using bricks you've got at home. And then down each side of this you will see, again, using the ball and socket joints, I've created what looks like the edges, the sides, the rims of the bridge. So it's actually very, very simple. It's about building this rectangular cube using lots of different textures, lots of different bricks. You can choose your colours. I've tried to match them up to the best I can with the actual bridge, and then I've just attached random ball and socket points on to create all these different movable angles so you've got the bridge collapsing. And what I have done in some places, I've tried to create my angles as much as I can to cover those ball and socket joints. So like there, from that angle there, you can't really see where the socket joints are, so it gives that more collapsing effect. So, and then I've just repeated the process on this side of the bridge. We've got more ball and socket. I've attached it to the main frame here, and I think quite an effective exploding, collapsing middle bridge scene. Now, what I'm going to show you next is how you can actually get a little less elaborate. You might not want the drama of an exploding bridge. So my next step is I'm going to strip all this off, have the original sets as they are, and attach them. And I'll show you how to do that. You're watching Brick Solutions, only on Bricks TV. Right, okay, so here we are. I've taken all my modified bits off here, the collapsing bridge, and now what we're left with is just two of the standard bridges, which you can push together like that. Doesn't join. You have a big gap in the middle, and you'll notice by these little pillars here that the way the bridge is built is they're a plate different in height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now how to add just half a dozen pieces and how we'll connect this together. So here goes. So I've now stripped most of the layers down. I've left these elements in. I've taken the angled plates out. I've pushed the bridges together. And what we're going to do is we're now going to connect them. I'm going to start with a 2x8 dark grey plate, which will go across this middle section here, and that will make sure that everything lines up for us. So there we go, that's in. I'm then going to add down the sides where we've got these gaps 3 2x6 plates. So it's a very, very simple mod. It does line up and all connect. I've not had to take much off, and what we have taken off is going to go back on really quickly, you'll see. Right, so that's on now, so let's secure it in place. Let's get the black plates back in. Bridges. I'm now going to add a couple of 2x6 blacks, and I'm going to utilise the plates here, the wing plates, and get them into position. I still want it to look like a bit of a cracked road. Don't want it to be totally smooth. So for any of you wondering as well, on this right hand bridge I haven't actually stuck the stickers on, so when you're looking at the detail here you'll notice that one's got the stickers on, this one hasn't. It's probably something I'll do at a later date. It's not ever first on my list of things to do. So I've created a little crack there, little 1x6 plate goes into that gap, and we've created the main thoroughfare road now. It's just about creating these sidebars and now modifying these plates to suit. So my first step, I'm going to take this slope off, and I'm going to bring in a little grey masonry brick, as you can see, and I'm going to add that, because that then just clips onto the plates at the side, just holding those extra plates in, giving extra strength. So now we've got these pieces to deal with. So what I'm tempted to do now is I'm going to replace this 1x4 with a 1x2. Take that off. Put that on there. So we're keeping the height. So I've now got a 3 stud gap, and what my thoughts are with this, we can either, we can utilise the bricks we've had. I'm still trying to keep the brick count down of what we've used, like that. And then these 1x4s I've just taken off with the slopes on, we can put those in the edges there, just so it looks a little bit degraded. You can build this up, but the aim of this project is to try and use the bricks we have and not too many extra bricks. So I'm then going to put my 1x3 black plates back in. I'm actually now going to add 2 more 1x4 smooth tiles in black, utilise the 1x1 studs that I took off earlier. I'm now left with these pieces. You can see that's left over, the rest I've used. So that's the top section of it completed. We've just got these little gaps down the side. There is obviously different ways you can do it, but I'm going to use a plate to go underneath to create a little bit of strength. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on these sides here, you'll see 2 little snot bricks. And then I'm actually going to use a dark grey 1x4. Obviously the rest of it is light grey, it does go dark grey at the ends. The reason I'm using dark grey is to highlight the section I've added so you can see it for the purposes of this video. So I've created a little structure like that, so you can see 2 snot bricks with a 1x4 along the edge. I then literally simply take that underneath, apply some pressure so it's nice and solid, and there you go, all finished. You've got one complete bridge, a little crack in the middle. We've not used many extra parts. We're going to show you the parts we've used so you'll be able to see them, and that's it, and it's fairly solid. That's not going anywhere. Well, thank you for joining me. We've shown you now 2 solutions of what you can do with the Spider-Man bridge and how to join it together. Hopefully one of them appeals to you. It's really quite simple. Most of the pieces are there for you, and the end product I think you'll agree is quite stunning. So why don't you have a go at it yourself? Maybe you've got a better way of doing it, or you've got some other solutions you want to show us. Feel free to share them with us on our Bricks Social or our Republic 66 Media website. Feel free to get in touch, let us know your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.